I can remember so clearly, even though this was 17, 18 years ago when I was first learning to kite, when I finally got to that moment and felt that feeling of just flying, riding along over the water, in control. The kite's doing what I'm telling it to do. I can ride in the direction that I need to ride. And not bothered if I totally crash or dump the kite, because I know how to take care of myself and can sort everything out and get going again. Every kiter has their own story about that moment and what they went through together. We want to help you find that moment, and we're pretty good at getting you to that point. For 15 years, we've been learning about this process. We've been finding methods that work and figuring out ways to make them work better, recognizing things that aren't helpful or that waste time and tossing them, and thinking about things like what's going on inside the mind of you, the student, as you're taking on all this information. We've got kind of a unique approach here. We're well known up and down the beach for our high standards and for sticking to them. We've always had two focuses. Number one, teaching how to handle the kite in the best and safest way possible. And number two, making it so that your lesson time is spent wisely and efficiently. And for this, there's really no substitute for experience. It takes a clear, detailed lesson plan and the ability to adapt it to each individual and their circumstance. And that's how we can pack the most information into the time that you pay for. There's a lot of free off-the-clock learning time here with our technical sessions, our lesson auditing, and our open question forums. You'll probably find, especially in the early part of the process, that we're quite a bit more careful about making sure you have a solid and complete understanding of the kite and its power and how to take care of yourself, because we know that later on this will pay itself back many times over, not only in terms of time, but in terms of the safety of you and the people around you. In your lesson folder, you'll find a clear list of goals to work for and points along the way. This book is for you to use during the lesson and to take home with you. We've found that consistently our students, especially ones that have learned in other schools before, they come back to us and they say things like, wow, nobody ever explained that to me before, or I had no idea I needed to know that. We have a solid focus on safety because we know that all the accidents that we see or hear about along the beach, and you can see a million of them on YouTube, they're traceable almost without exception back to bad decisions or inadequate training and procedures. We've got a great instructor team this year from all over the world, a wide variety of experience with teaching, with kite surfing, with other sports. We look for people who are nice, who are smart, who are experienced enough and know what they're talking about, who are able to communicate well, and most importantly, who care deeply about you and your lesson and are dedicated to doing things in the right way. So whether you're thinking about learning to kite, or you've already started the process, taken some lessons somewhere, or if you can already kite and you want to bring it to that next level and learn some new tricks, send us an email, come by and say hi. We'll be happy to see you here.